We are the sanctuary.
We are the youth, fighting for our future because we don't know the truth.
In a society filled with real love, trill love, all its irony, no escaping.
Constantly anticipating a new generation.
Ain't no waiting, we ready for a change. It's messing with our brains.
Messing with our brains.
Messing with our brains. Messing with our brains. Fighting for the Hudson, our water is important.
The corruption of our government is making us appreciate the values of our cities.
As the people, fight for believing.
These guys' mistakes increase the rate.
For justice, no more waiting. For justice, no more waiting. For justice, no more waiting. For justice, no more waiting.
We are the youth of Troy, New York.
And we've come together to tell the story of our home along the shores of the Hudson River, at the beginning of the Erie Canal, Lock 1.
We live at the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. The history of the Erie Canal and the devastating effects it has had on our community are mostly unknown, even to the people of Troy who live right next to it. Our river and our neighborhood have been poisoned by a legacy of pollution.
This is our call to action. For justice.
And for our future,
No more waiting.
no more waiting.
You are one who walked yesterday, pulled from your place in time. And now I see that your feet once stood here, imprinting the earth where I stand, in moccasins I will never see. Dancing, bending in the same sun, to a song I will never hear. The stories you would have told were silenced by other tongues, yet your blood is in mine, a link over time. I imagine your life from these feelings. Though I see you belonged undisturbed, covered with this dust we share. Now walk with those who are gone.
Calling the Troy Lock, requesting passage north.
This is where the Erie Canal starts.
So with these, we're going to test them on different types of medium, and we're going to check for antibiotic resistance. There's a lot of things going into the river, people not being very mindful of what they're doing with their antibiotics. So we just want to raise awareness for that. These guys are our citizen scientists that are doing that.
I think it's really important that we're doing this, and I think it's pretty cool to learn about everything, but hope we get the message out there by doing it.
We was at my crib, like always on the steps. Ariana was there. We was always in the hallway, you know, like it was always little parties going on around there. We used to be playing Manhunt late at night. And honestly, if you ever been to the Kings, the Heights, Phelan's, or any of them places, you played Manhunt.
What's the one near my house? Sweeney's,
you played Manhunt.
So there's nothing to do outside, basically. You just want to stay inside the house. That's it.
Yeah. Because there's like nothing to do out here. They ain't got nothing, no programs, no activities for the kids or everything to do. So all they do is get into trouble and whatnot. I don't really
like it's like nowadays. It's like we just sit home, probably on our phones or our devices, chilling in the AC,
doing nothing. And then people gonna be driving by like, what are these kids doing around here? What are they doing? We need more basketball courts around here. Like, we need to put more buildings, like more.
Something about that building right there just screams basketball court.
Well, because they have some guy or under the freaking bridge.
Exactly.
We need more buildings that's for basketball or whatever. Like this, more courts. Like, this was a good size for a court or something. Yeah.
Hey, nobody's using it. There's no malls, casinos, arcades, Dave and Buster's, Chuck E. Cheese, and all them good food places like Five Guys. You don't see them in Troy.
See, they go to the mall to watch a movie or to the cinema.
Which is not in Troy.
Which is not in Troy. Not at all.
Troy, you can easily fix the problems here. All you gotta do is build something for the kids to go to. Have more jobs available in Troy
for the younger, for the teens. You know what I'm saying? It's only
not just the summer youth program, like something throughout year round.
Job. You feel me?
Because if you pay attention nowadays, everybody's trying to get a job. Everybody's trying to.
Everyone want to make their own money, and you see, look at having these kids work. They're not in the streets in trouble.
Like half the kids that stand over there is just because they can't get a job. They're looking, but they just can't.
Because their age is one of the problems. You know what I'm saying? So She said, "Oh, look at this. Oh, look at the pictures. Is that what we just went through? Is that the thingy?
My soul is more than
Sis, wait, is this the thingy? Is that the
law?
law?
that's the law.
It's the law we just went through.
So like show the picture and like look at students.
Look guys, this is what is it called? The federal lock. Hell yeah. Wait, right there.
Put your face in it.
No,
like on the side of you like this.
Yeah.
For 360 miles, gentlemen, through the entire breadth of the state of New York. Through numerous populous cities and most thriving villages. Through long, dismal, uninhabited swamps and affluent cultivated fields, unrivaled for fertility. By billiard room and bar room, through the holy of holies of great forest. On Roman arches over Indian rivers, through sun and shade, by happy hearts or broken. Through all the wide contrasting scenery of those noble Mohawk counties. And especially by rows of snow-white chapels, whose spires stand almost like milestones. Flows on continual stream of Venetianly corrupt and often lawless life.
What you see over there, then, of course, were these side-cut canals that went all the way down to Albany. There was a large African-American community that ended up settling in Whitehall right along the canal. Again, getting closer and closer to Canada, they felt more secure. There was support in the community, and another large African-American community settled, literally going up from the canal here.
Our mission statement is we recognize every face and every story. That was not always true when a lot of, not just us, but a lot of historical societies were really started to just document a certain class at a certain level, and frankly it was white men of a certain income. And over the years, like, wait a minute, we are eliminating entire races, entire socioeconomic levels. We've eliminated women. So we've now spent the last 20 years really trying to pull that history back together, and that's not always easy.
It's a lot easier to find evidence of the paint factory than necessarily the burial sites. So basically what we have to do, and what we're going to have to keep doing, is calling people and just keep talking to people, because they're the only resource that's really going to be of any help to us.
We wear the mask that grins and lies. It hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile. With torn and bleeding hearts we smile, and mouth with myriad subtleties. Why should the world be overwise in counting all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us, while we wear the mask. We smile, but, O great Christ, our cries to thee from tortured souls arise. We sing, but oh, the clay is vile beneath our feet and long the mile. But let the world dream otherwise. We wear the mask.
So I showed you the story about Standing Rock, right? Yeah. All right. How did you feel when you guys watched that? Sad. Okay. We still have a reason to fight. We still have a reason to keep going. We still have a reason to protect each and every one of you, as well as this planet that we have to survive on. That's why water is life. Drop that, you know. So keep in mind that I wrote this at that camp, in the cold, with cops over the hill ready to shoot you and arrest you and take you away. Hey. Sitting back at the camp like nighttime with them lamp lights. We're warriors, we been fighting. Frontline with them flags fly. Put the wire around, kicking that down. Prayerful action in the nighttime. Winter lightning in the background. No depot, no pipelines. This is all time, that 7th gen. Hate fire and it burns within. You can see it in the eyes that we see through the lies. We'll fight the corrupt to the end. I've been around, but this is it. Every moment right up to this. Every skill, every little gift. I finally feel what it's like to live, and I'm on it. Mother Earth is crying, we know that it's a time. We fight for all the children, put our lives up on the line. Protect the land, we must defend. Teach truth to all the youth. Our Mother Earth is crying, we know that it's a time. We fight for all the children, put our lives up on the line. Constant pray, every day. Always give thanks for everything. Oh man, thank these dancers right now. Let's get another round of applause for PJ.
Although an enlightened and increasing people have broken in upon the solitude, and with activity and power wrought changes that seem magical, yet the most distinctive and perhaps the most impressive characteristic of American scenery is its wildness. It is the most distinctive because in civilized Europe, the primitive features of scenery have been long since destroyed or modified. The extensive forests that once overshadowed a great part of it have been felled. Rugged mountains have been smoothed, and impetuous rivers turned from their courses to accommodate the taste and necessities of a dense population. The once tangled wood is now a grassy lawn, the turbulent brook, a navigable stream. Crags that could not have been removed have been crowned with towers, and the rudest values tamed by the plow. The importance in cultivating a taste for scenery will not be forgotten. Nature has spread for us a rich and delightful banquet. Shall we turn from it? We are still in Eden. The wall that shuts us out of the garden is our own ignorance and folly. May we at times turn from the ordinary pursuits of life to the pure enjoyment of rural nature, which is in the soul like a fountain of cool waters to the way-worn traveler. And let us learn by the laws which the Eternal doth sublime and sanctify his works, that we may see the hidden glory veiled from vulgar eyes.
I've got a mule and her name is Sal. 15 years on Eureka now. She's a good old worker and a good old pal.
Everybody's are labeled and dated, right?
15 years on Eureka now. We'd haul some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal, and hay. And we know every inch of the way from Albany to Buffalo.
You just took your samples, and what you're going to do is take them back, those samples, and you're going to put them on petri dishes. We're concerned that waste material from either humans or agricultural livestock are going into the water and then migrating down the river. We learned before that we could make all kinds of chemicals, and we dumped them into this river. And we made a lot of money. I mean, the United States really gained a lot of wealth in the world by basically dumping their waste away. Well, now we are dealing with the waste, and it's really important for young people to participate in a scientific effort to gather the information about what are the chemicals and the microbiological pollutants that threaten our health. How do we accurately monitor it? How do we get the information to people that can make decisions about, we're going to clean this place up? No one else is going to do it. There's a lot of people out there that actually say they're scientists, and what they do is they get enough information to say, oh, we're going to ignore that. I call those ignorant people, not ignorant people, ignorant people. You don't want to be ignorant. There's a lot of information out there, and if it's not out there, we can gather it together and make that information available, right? Don't be ignorant.
The next one coming is the same medium, but this one has antibiotics on it. It has penicillin, okay, ampicillin, and neomycin. Okay, so this is the big one. That was your control plate. Now this is the one that we're really going to want to check in a couple days to see if bacteria has spread.
Can you hold this, please?
Low bridge, everybody down. Low bridge, 'cause we're coming to a town. You'll always know your neighbor, you'll always know your pal if you've ever navigated on the Erie Canal.
We're going to just do some basic biological sampling looking for different species of fish. We want to take a cross-section of whatever's living there and bring it up so we can observe it and look at them, and then we'll hopefully catch a few things and then have to ask ourselves some questions about whether or not we release them or keep them. I mean, you live in proximity to the river, but that idea of knowing that there's all these migratory species that come up, and even though we know how polluted it is, it's probably cleaner than it's been in 100 years.
I think I got something.
What? Reel it in.
You know, so it's like a good reason to keep pushing to try to help conservation and try to make sure that water quality improves over time. Hopefully, I was thinking we could go down, do a little cleanup. Maybe it'll inspire people not to dump so much stuff in the first place. That's always what I think.
Everything we collected from Ingalls Ave.
Just leave it open. We're gonna do some scanning of specimens and also some sorting of like whatever garbage we collect.
Those are cool. Oh, those are beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this ancient Japanese tradition, which is fish printing with ink. Right? So this is an American eel, right? Conservation is only a field that's just really starting.
It's like really sticky.
So it's really like a race between ideas and interests. So trying to hopefully get young people inspired about the life that's here and the life in other parts of the world, and realize that it's fantastic and hopefully worth fighting for. Can you paint it? Let's see. It's pretty beautiful, huh? Like lots of detail.
We're on a boat run by solar power.
The deep rumble of the diesel engines,
Yes.
the smell, the danger from carbon monoxide, all of those things. Have you noticed those? Presumably not. This is Solar Sound northbound toward the Federal Lock. Over. Hey, good morning. It's Doug Marville. We'll be coming out of the federal lock here. Are you over on that east passage? We are. We're out of your way.
Canal.
Whoa. I'm looking up the words.
We're going on a trip in our hair. But you remember the more concrete, this is so cool.
Behind us to put us in the bathtub.
That door is huge.
Guys, we were up there.
This cell is covered up and it'll get more covered up. Push out the stern. Retrieve the line all the way.
Let's hold the end though. I have the end. Give me the end. Get it all the way. Do it.
Water is nature's gift. We receive water freely from nature. Water is the source of life. Water connects all beings in all parts of the planet through the water cycle. Water is a commons. Water is limited and can be exhausted. No one has the right to overuse, abuse, waste, or pollute water systems. Water must be conserved. Everyone has a duty to conserve water and use water sustainably within ecological and just limits.
Hold it, say a prayer, and offer it to the river. It's indigenous Native American practice ceremony, so please join in.
That's where your prayer lives. Your prayer's living here.
There you go.
This song is now open for anybody to sing. It's a water blessing song.
Our planet suffering, we have to care about this and water. So we have to little bit sacrifice hot and cold and wet. Little bit sacrifice to pray for earth and water. is the power of people to make a change. You know already.
We are the sanctuary. We are the youth, fighting for our future because we don't know the truth. In a society filled with real love, trill love, all its irony, no escaping. Constantly anticipating a new generation. Ain't no waiting, we ready for a change. It's messing with our brains. Messing with our brains. Messing with our brains. Messing with our brains. Fighting for the Hudson, our water is important. The corruption of our government is making us appreciate the values of our cities. As the people, fight for believing. These guys' mistakes increase their rate. For justice, no more waiting. 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 Happy how our song actually, when it was put together, how it came out. Because we all worked together to make the song. It was about everybody in general and what's going on. It had a meaning. Sadly, you see, there's nothing to do in Troy. So when we wrote this, it felt like they gave us an opportunity to keep our mind off of something.